Hi. My speech today is on college athletes that are on scholarships and do not receive payment for playing in their sports. They are underpaid and overworked. The biggest problem is that the colleges make a ton of money. As you can see from this chart here, the top 10 schools combined make over $1 billion a year on their athletes. And that's just the top 10 schools. There's thousands of colleges in the United States that have athletic programs that make money. Out of the top 10 teams in the nation, sorry, none of those dollars go to the athletes. And of the top 120 schools in the nation, 118 of them make over $10 million a year from their athletic programs. Most of the players are not allowed to work because they are required to be at sports practices and team meetings, and in a lot of cases they're not allowed to work because the teams don't want them to get injured while doing manual labor or whatever jobs they're qualified for. This benefits the teams because the players are available and uninjured, but it hinders the players because they cannot make any money. So the only income they have is from the school is simply their scholarship, which does have value, but it doesn't give them any money in their pocket to spend any money, to go anywhere, do anything. And you're on the football team or you're on a baseball team, and having $0 in your pocket isn't a good place to be. What this causes is a lot of backdoor payments from boosters and other donors, and a lot of players are given money through improper channels. What this does is, if they're caught, then the schools are fined and those players lose their scholarships, so then they completely lose their education. Now, the schools that know how to get around these issues, get around the rules, find ways to pay the students without getting caught. That gives them the best opportunity to recruit new students and the best players. Recently in the headlines, you've heard about Cam Newton. He's a first-round draft pick by the Carolina Panthers. He allegedly earned $180,000 a year playing college football. And that was given to him to repair his father's church. That was how they got around the rule. And Terrell Pryor and AJ Green took memorabilia from the team that was theirs, that they were owned. It was their shoes, their jerseys, their equipment, and they sold it for a profit because they were popular. And because they made a profit on the memorabilia, they were suspended and lost their scholarships, even though the school sells that memorabilia every day and makes a profit on it. Now, the solution for this problem is stipends. If the college was allowed to pay the students not a salary, not what they're worth, not an NFL salary, not millions of dollars a year, but $1,000 a month, $1,500 a month to cover some of those expenses, then they wouldn't have to go out and take the illegal donations, and it wouldn't create the distractions for them that a lot of the illegal donations come in the forms of cars or drugs or other things that get the players in trouble. So a moderate income to cover their expenses in college would keep the athletes grounded and working harder towards their degrees because they wouldn't have thousands or even $180,000 a year pouring in while they're supposed to be playing football. Now, the way that this should work would be giving them the monthly check from the sports program would be traceable. So the sports program would have to keep accounting of how much each player was paid, so that way the NCAA could track it and there wouldn't be any more backdoor payments, any more illegal rule breaking. The players would not have to worry about accepting money from anyone else because they would have the money they need for their daily lives. And they should be allowed to receive some income for their work because they make millions of dollars for the colleges. And in closing, what you can do is stop watching NCAA sanctioned events. Do not buy any tickets to their games. Do not buy any of their apparel or merchandise. Because if we take away the money that they're making, the multi-billion-dollar industry, they'll have to listen to us and start paying our athletes. Thank you. And finally, I retrieved most of this information from Sports Illustrated and from ESPN.